G'day.
G'day.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for joining us.
In our previous video, we started a road trip along the Kamilaroi Highway in northern New South Wales and travelled across from Willow Tree out to Gunnedah.
So come and join us as we continue this road trip on the Kamilaroi Highway, exploring some great little towns and discovering some fascinating history about these places.
From Narrabri, we will be showcasing some of Australia's diverse and culturally rich towns, as well as some amazing natural wonders. So Narrabri is only about an hour up the road from Gunnedah, and we thought, well, on the way through, there's this little town, Boggabri, which we've called into. Thought we might grab a cuppa, maybe a bit of morning tea before we hit the road again. There's not that much of a hurry to get into Narrabri, and it's it looks very nice.
It does. It's very quiet.
And with a population of less than 1,000 people, it seems Boggabri is rich in history and heart. The Bluebird Cafe.
Good, how are you?
So we spent a little bit more than we thought. And Wenda, believe it or not, got hold of a gluten-free snitty in this little cafe in the middle of nowhere. Can't believe it. Anyway, so she did. So she's having that with a bit of salad.
Check out the schnitty food. It's gluten-free and it is real breast filler. It's not one of those made-up ones.
So I've gone with the snitty roll.
Snitty and salad roll.
Snitty and salad with a bit of cheese on it.
My goodness, how are you going to get through that, Paul? What?
Huge.
It's huge.
I could only eat half of it, so I'm going to have to go and ask for a paper bag, take the rest with me. I might have it for dinner tonight. It was so big.
Back on the road, you can sense the changing country with the changing landscape as we head out to Narrabri.
We are spending a couple of nights at the Big Sky Tourist Park here in Narrabri. Tell you what, it is a really nice park. $40 a night, power and water. It's got a dump point right nearby, really well equipped camp kitchen. The amenities are spotless. They look pretty much brand new. The place got a few cabins, laundry with both card and coin operated machines, and a guest veggie garden. They're a good sized grassy site. You could actually stay hitched up quite easily on these. It's relatively level. We did have to put the levelling ramps under one side to get it so east to west right. North to south, even with the car on, was pretty right. Would have been easy to level that up. So you could stay hitched up if you're here just for one night. Because you have a couple of nights want to go and check out the area, we did unhitch, and so we have a look around. Well, we thought we'd go for a bit of a wander around Narrabri. Fascinating town. Like some of these buildings here, they look like they've been here forever. So old and historic. Very interesting place. Anyway, we're headed off to the Tattersalls Hotel. Apparently it's the best one in Narrabri.
Well,
the
to
place
Google
to
reviews,
go.
Paul.
Well, Google reviews gives us the best rating.
It does.
So we'll check it out. Oh, there it is over there. I can see it. And there's a Chinese restaurant on the way back that Wenda was pretty keen to check out.
Yeah.
So we might call in there on the way back, grab a bite to eat to take back to the van. Alright, so I'm liking this place. They actually have Carlton Draft on tap.
In our attempt to find something to eat, we are now at our second pub. And both have had Carlton Draft, Paul.
I'm pretty happy with that. You don't see that too often up here in New South Wales. I've been drinking a lot of new. But I couldn't convince Wenda to stay for a pub meal tonight. So, only Chinese it is. What'd you get?
Well, we're sharing a chicken, vegetable and cashews, a salt and chili calamari, a special fried rice.
But not chicken palmy. And it's still good. So we've been using one of these best filters since we've been on the road, basically right from the start. And we replace them every now and again. I'm not sure how often you're supposed to replace them. I can't remember what it said. Anyway, using the water quality tester, I discovered that the water going into the van is worse than it is from the tap. So I'm figuring, okay, well that's an indication that it's time to chase the best filter. So this water quality test is actually going to be helpful in that way too. The filtered water that we drink in the van that goes through the filtration system of the van is even worse, which suggests that the filters there are really messed up. So we've got some of those ordered as well. But anyway, I thought I'll check the water here and see what the condition's like, and also what it's like now that I've got the new best filter in. Alright, so this is a cup of the water directly from the tap outside the van here. So we'll check that one, see what it's like. Gee, it's come up with 63 average. So it's not very good water going into the van by the looks of it. So the water straight out of the tap seems to be a bit ordinary. I don't know if it would improve if I ran it a bit longer, but maybe I would because it might be sitting there for a little while, who knows. Alright, now as I said, I changed the best filter, so it's a brand new best filter in there now. This water is coming straight through from the best filter, so it'll be interesting to see if that has improved the quality of the water here. Oh yeah, huge.
Really? 86%.
It's taken it up to 86 good.
Wow. That's
So
amazing.
So the best filter, yeah, obviously that one before was really shot because that was actually deteriorating the quality of the water. Pays you to update them on a regular basis. They obviously do a fair bit. So it's taken it from 68 bad to 86 good just by running it through the best filter. And we've travelled along the highway a number of times over the years, but somehow we've never actually stopped to explore Narrabri. Now that we're here, we're quickly realising just how much we've been missing out. With so many unique sites and things to do in and around the area, Narrabri is proving to be more than just a stopover. It is a destination in its own right. Today we're kicking off things with a visit to one of its most striking natural landmarks, Sawn Rock. Well, it's a beautiful day. Sun's out, actually quite hot. We've come out to Sawn Rocks, which is in the Mount Caputar National Park.
That's years ago.
A great spot to take in the raw beauty of the landscape. Well, this is certainly a well-equipped park. There's picnic tables, barbecues, toilets. The path so far, I mean, it's only early on, but the path so far is very nice. It's well made. So I'm not sure if it's like that for the whole 750 metres.
I think it is, Paul. I think because I remember reading that it's accessible for people with a disability.
Oh, right.
So I think it is made all the way.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So, looks like it'll be a very pleasant little walk in. So 1.5 k's return. They reckon it'll allow about an hour. I think there'll be plenty of time, really.
Yeah.
There's a really nice little boardwalk here to finish off the trek. So yeah, it was all made all the way. It's got asphalt down as the path, and that was all relatively smooth. You certainly get a wheelchair and a pram in here, so be no trouble at all.
Oh wow, Paul, look at that.
Looks incredible.
It does.
A towering cliff face made up of striking organ pipe-like columns of basalt rock, formed by ancient volcanic activity. The rock formation looks almost man-made with its perfectly geometric shapes, but it's completely natural and incredibly dramatic close up. So once you reach the viewing platform, it then turns into some steps. Obviously that's not real wheelchair friendly. And there's a path that leads down into the creek. If you want to be a little bit more adventurous, you can take the steps down to the bottom of the creek there. There's no water here at the moment. I imagine the wetter months you might get a bit of a stream running through there. Well, I must say that was fascinating. Definitely worth a little trek out here. It was quite one of the easier walks we've done. And you're rewarded with that beautiful sight. So It strikes me out here is just how peaceful it is. There's barely a sound out here. Like when you're standing still, it just sounds like you are miles from anywhere, but you can really tell you're miles from anywhere.
You can hear the beautiful bird sounds and the rustling of the breeze through the leaves, but that's about it.
Definitely a must-see if you're in the area. Next, we're off to one of the lesser-known spots called the Deriah Aboriginal Area. It's not your typical national park with marked trails and big crowds. Deriah is much more low-key, but that's kind of the beauty of it. You're walking through native bush with the chance to spot kangaroos, goannas, and heaps of bird life. And a cow. I think he's sizing us up. And here we are, the Deriah Aboriginal Area. It's about half an hour out of Narrabri. The last 10 kilometres or so, the road turns to dirt. It's in reasonable condition, a couple of potholes here and there. I imagine it would change throughout the year, like different times be in different condition. But we didn't really have too much of a trouble getting out here with it. And then you're in the Aboriginal area, so it'd be interesting to go and check this out.
So we are at the Deriah Aboriginal land, and we weren't sure exactly where it ended, so we ended up on this very challenging track. So Paul's thrown me out of the car to get some shots of him coming down in the car. Oh yeah, I get all the good jobs. So as a result of not actually really knowing what the end was, we ended up on this track. Oh, we've got a Land Cruiser.
And honestly, it is one of those places that really makes you slow down and take it all in. The area holds deep cultural significance for the Kamilaroi people. It's a beautiful spot. It's got tables, picnic area, a couple of barbecues. It's got water here, not potable water. You're supposed to boil it first, so it's just rainwater by the looks of it. It does have a toilet block here, and there's a couple of art. It's not your traditional Aboriginal art, but I believe it is modern Aboriginal art. So I might go have a quick look around and see what we can see here. It's beautifully laid out. They've obviously put a bit of thought into it. This nice little trail that wanders around here that you can go and have a look at all these exhibits. You might ask this person here what they've discovered. Hello, miss.
Hello.
What have you discovered?
I have discovered how the willy wagtails came about in the Indigenous stories, how the bush turkeys came to build mounds and lay their eggs in mounds, and now I'm learning how Yurundali got his stripes, but I'm not sure what a Yurundali... Oh, Trigoan has got his stripes.
So each of these poles has some of the different Dreamtime stories on them. You can even learn the language here. So if you're cruising along the Kamilaroi Highway and want to get off the beaten path for a bit, Deriah is definitely worth checking out. It's a powerful spot, beautiful, peaceful and full of history. On the way back, we found an information board that gives an overview of the accessible places within the park. And there are a couple of form paths here as well. Oh, look at this spider. There's this huge spider here. I don't know if you can see it or not. It is looks big and nasty. There's a fire pit down there, but I'd have to walk through his web to get there, so I'm not going to do that.
What do you need to do?
I was going to walk down there, but there's a...
Oh, look at the size of it.
There's a monster spider there.
Oh, it's huge, that thing. Oh my goodness.
Is
It
it...
eats well, that thing.
Yeah, I know. He's been in a good paddock. Is that an orb spider?
Yeah, I think it looks like an orb spider.
Anyway, we won't disturb him. We'll let him go. And we might go the other way.
I think so.
I think we were watching out for snakes, but I don't know if you've seen that. I think we'll watch out for spiders. What we saw on this walk's been interesting, but I don't know if we saw everything that you can see on this walk. We forgot to bring the brochure, and we've got no reception out here, so we can't even download a map or anything to see what we were supposed to have seen out here. No doubt we'll get back to the van and kick ourselves because we would have walked maybe another 5 or 10 metres and saw something spectacular. But anyway, it is what it is. It's been nice out here, and at least now we'll know what to expect if we come back out this way again. So apparently Narrabri has been awarded the title of Australia's sportiest town. Who would have thought out here, eh?
Especially in this heat.
Well, there you go. And once again, we wanted to check out the info centre to see if there was any must-see attractions here in Narrabri. We did learn that Narrabri is a significant centre for cotton research and production in Australia, being home to the Australian Cotton Research Institute, located in the heart of New South Wales' main cotton production areas. And how about these unique pink slugs? Apparently they can be found at Mount Capita National Park. One of the other things we've noticed more recently is that the tyres on the van are starting to look a bit tired. Pardon the pun. Just thought about that. But we've had those on the van since, well, they're the ones that came with the van nearly 5 years ago. But it is starting to sort of show signs of wear and tear. So we thought, well, we'll start looking around and see what we can get in the way of tyres for the van to replace it, particularly as we're going to continue travelling on some of these more remote areas and on rough roads and things like that. So here in Narrabri, we found this place, Tyre Right, and they have quite a good range of tyres. Went and chatted to the fella up there, and he was really helpful. We had a look around at the tyres and managed to get hold of a set of Coopers.
So Dave at Tyre Right, Paul, he seems to know what he's talking about. He really knows his tyres. So he was the one, as he said to us, if he was to get a set of tyres for the kind of travel that we do, it would be the Coopers that we're getting.
Yep, I'm quite happy with getting Coopers on there.
Yep, me too. He assures us that they're not noisy, they just seem to be that little bit thicker, so we're not going to get punches as easily on some of these tracks. So given that we're going to be going on more of these tracks soon, very soon,
yep,
then it might be a good investment.
Because of the tread depth, the stones are just less likely to pierce through the tyres. And he also said the load rating is pretty good for this type of rig. Whereas there was other ones there that he showed us, the load rating wasn't quite as high. So, but that would be more expensive, interestingly enough.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's right.
But, yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
So, getting Coopers on the van.
Today, this morning, early. 8 a.m.
Anyway, let's get the van in and the new tyres on.
So once a month, on the first Saturday of every month, there is a Rotary Club market here at Narrabri. So while Paul's gone off to get the new tyres on the Caravan, I thought I'd come and check it out. Right over here on the banks of the Narrabri River. What a perfect spot.
There we go, got the new tyres on. Look at that tread. Before leaving Narrabri, we had one last stop that we didn't want to miss. We'd heard about a public observatory just outside of town. We've come out to the Australia Telescope facility, about 20 minutes out of Narrabri. It's a fascinating facility here. You can learn heaps about astronomy and how we look into space. There's half a dozen of these telescopes here. Apparently they're spread out and they make the equivalent of a 6-kilometre telescope. So it catches a huge portion of the sky. It's interesting, when you're inside the place here, there's a thing kept coming up saying that radio signals have been detected. Make sure your phone's turned off or on flight mode and you're not using any Wi-Fi devices.
Devices have been detected. Please ensure that devices such as mobile phones, tablets, and smartwatches are set to flight mode. Please also ensure that Wi-Fi and Bluetooth settings on mobile devices are turned off.
So I'm not sure why it was going off in there. As far as we knew, everything we had, unless it's this GoPro. But I suppose it could be that. But our phones are on flight mode, so I'm not sure I know what it was that was actually causing a radio signal from us.
Well, Paul, the Kamilaroi Highway was so much more than I expected.
So much to see and do, isn't there?
There sure is.
And we haven't even finished it yet.
No, we haven't. Well, there's still more to go. So we've still got what? Walgett, Brewarrina, and then Burke.
Yep. So hopefully you can come and join us next time as we continue along the Kamilaroi Highway out to Burke. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye for now.
Bye.